All right, do you really need fancy gear to be successful on YouTube? Or can you just use like your phone and stuff you have laying around? Let's break this down. I'm going to walk through what I started with versus kind of what I use now, and also bring up a very uncomfortable truth for some people. And so I just want to warn you up front when I say it, you might go, oh gosh, that's true. All right. So we'll get into all of that right now. By the way, I'm answering the top 10 questions about YouTube growth for entrepreneurs all this week, going live twice every day. This is leading up to my big Magnetic 8 YouTube challenge, which is starting next week. You can get information in the crawl down below or go to youtubeworkshop.info. All right. So let's talk about gear. Do you need a lot of gear? And to be fully transparent, I absolutely believed, oh, you've got to have all this fancy gear to get started on YouTube. Now, I've been running my channel for 8 years now. Last month was the 8-year anniversary birthday, either one. Been able to grow to over 100,000 subscribers. But more than that, it's given me the business, the leads, the authority, the invitations to events to speak, all of these other things. And it all started really, really basic. Okay. So this is a sort of just a screenshot of one of my first videos. And I just wanted to give you the idea here because sometimes people think, oh, if I'm going to make videos on YouTube, I've got to have a really nice camera. I've got to have a really nice microphone. I've got to have lighting. I've got to have a 3-point lighting system. I've got to have, like all of this different stuff. So I want to show you how basic this can be. Because if this is the thing that is preventing you from getting started, then we got a problem, right? Because videos that never get published obviously don't help you or anyone else at all. So I want to come back to this shot here in just a second, but I want to bring up the uncomfortable fact that some people, myself included, tend to use gear as procrastination, as a reason to not get started, even as a form of self-sabotage. Now, I did that a little bit with YouTube. I can tell you when it comes to exercise, I've done it many times over the years. Oh, I'm going to start as soon as I get the right shoes. I'm going to start as soon as I get the right bike. Now, certainly, certain gear is required, right? You can't start biking without a bike, but sometimes we get stuck in this research mode as a place to feel safe rather than starting to publish videos and put ourselves out there. James Clear calls it being in motion versus being in action. And I think I've got this right. James Clear wrote a book called Atomic Habits. It's amazing. But he describes it as being in motion is basically when you're doing all the things that feel like work, and maybe some of it is, but it doesn't actually help you get to your goal. Versus being in action, those are the things that actually help you reach your goal. So let's say your goal is to grow on YouTube. Well, if your goal is to grow on YouTube, then researching cameras or microphones or even buying them, unboxing them, learning how they work, all feels like you're making progress. And in a sense, you are, but none of that will ever get you going on YouTube. It will never help you grow a YouTube channel. The thing that helps you grow on YouTube is actually making the videos and putting them up. So I just want to bring that up front, just as a mindset shift. And so we can all kind of look inward. As I said, I've done this with gear and I've also done it with exercise. Oh, I'm going to start exercising as soon as I have the right thing. So let's pop over. This was my first shot. This is how I started my channel. And I literally was using my phone. Not this one, because it was 8 years ago. Obviously, phones have gotten even better since then. But I use my phone as the camera. If you have a smartphone made in the last 5 years, you've got a really good, probably 4K camera built into your phone. Anything you buy that's going to be better than your camera is going to cost hundreds, if not, close to $1,000. So if your phone is what you got, start with your phone. That's all you need. Obviously, well, you need something to prop it up on, right? But other than that, just start with your phone. That's it. Then for sound, I actually started with, if we look, it's hard to see because I'm wearing a dark shirt. So you probably can't see it, but right down here on my chest, there's a little tiny lavalier microphone. This is that microphone. I still have it. It still works great. It is I think right now on Amazon, it's like $12. If you want the link for this actual microphone, comment, and I'm happy to share it with you. But it is, it comes with like a 20-foot cord, which was definitely a bit much, but comes with this 20-foot cord, nice carrying case, and it has a nice switch on it so you can use it with a smartphone or a computer. So you could plug it right into your computer if you were recording, let's say, into a webcam, or you can plug it right into a smartphone. So like I said, I think it's 12 bucks. I think when I got it, it was 15. Really great quality for getting started. And just for reference, it wasn't like I did my first 2 videos that way. I went back to my channel to just look. I actually did my first 25 videos with this. This is me standing in my living room in front of a window for light using this $12 microphone plugged into my smartphone. That's it. That's all you need to get started. Okay. So I just want to establish that as the baseline. If you want to, upgrade as you go, that's fine. But I would strongly encourage everybody, go ahead, make your first 3, 5, at least 10 videos with the minimum of what you've got, rather than just thinking, oh, I've got to build a whole studio before I can do anything. Now, I want to talk about backgrounds too, because I know that's another big hang up when it kind of comes to tech and gear and setup. And here, obviously, I've got lights, I've got signage, I've got a fake plant here. My wife says houses without plants are only for serial killers. Is that what she says? I don't know. She's like, you got to have a plant in your background. I'm like, okay. So I've built this set. Now, that being said, I am literally in the corner of a room that is also for our homework desk and some storage and stuff like that. I visited Alcatraz prison last year, and this space is about 6 feet by 7 feet, about 2 meters by 2 meters. It is smaller than the prison cells at Alcatraz. So you do not need a lot of space. As you can see, I am here literally in a corner, okay? I want to show you a few other examples here. This is a video from a woman named Maggie McCormick. This is one of her first videos. She's got, I think, probably 200,000 subscribers now. This is literally her holding up her phone, walking through a park. This video has, I think, hundreds of thousands of views, okay? This is my friend Joel, has this huge channel. He might have a light there, but you can see he's just sitting at his desk. This is Suki Baxter. I'm in a YouTube community with her. She's approaching 600,000 subscribers. She might have a light, but as far as the background goes, I think it might just be window light in terms of light, but maybe she has another light. But the background is literally just a plain wall. We can all find a plain wall in our house, okay? So you can do this. It doesn't require nearly as much as a lot of people think. The other thing to know is that YouTube's own research shows that the number one thing that leads to viewer satisfaction is an emotional connection with the person on the screen or the thing that they're talking about. Not fancy editing, not a fancy setup, nothing like that. So to get started, to do your first 5 videos, or if you've played around and now you want to take it seriously, to do your next 5 videos, all you need, if they can see you and they can hear you, you are going to be in great shape. Okay. I'm hosting this Magnetic 8 YouTube challenge next week, and it's all about how to teach the algorithm how to understand your channel. So one of the big misconceptions with YouTube is like, yeah, I just keep posting, and as long as I'm consistent, eventually my channel is going to grow up. It's going to grow up, blow up, it's going to grow. And that's a really like romantic notion, like, build it and they will come. It's that kind of thing. But the truth is, YouTube only recommends videos to people if it understands, like if the algorithm understands, oh, this is who this channel is for, and this is who these videos are for. The good news is, now in 2025, YouTube's algorithm is like super smart, okay? Super smart. And so, oh, by the way, if you're looking at this page, you can go to youtubeworkshop.info and you can get to this page and see what's here. Don't have to read it right here on the video. So the algorithm is super smart. All we have to do is train the algorithm what your channel is about. And the way we do that, I've been doing this with lots of clients. I've done it on 2 different channels myself. We make 8 videos. We call it the Magnetic 8. And those videos train the algorithm, okay? And so that's what this whole challenge is all about. I will show you exactly what 8 videos to make for your channel. It's not the same for everybody. So I will help you with this next week, the Magnetic 8 YouTube challenge. It says most people wait 12 months trying to figure out what YouTube wants. You're going to know this in 5 days. It's only about 20 minutes a day. And this is, I have my signature program. It's called the YT90 Activation Lab. This is where I show people how to build a system in their business so they can grow a YouTube channel in 90 minutes a week. What I'm going to be teaching in this challenge comes right out of that. Now, that program right now is at a $1,000 price point. It may go up in the future, but this challenge is only $17, and I'll show you that stuff. You can see down here some of the stuff that people were saying after I revealed this to them. I've only watched the 2nd video so far. I'm so impressed. Love how you've incorporated AI into making our lives so much easier. Very smart and ethical use of AI. I did it. I went from no clue about anything to stuff that felt great. So we've built these tools inside of the challenge to help you as well. Okay. So we are starting on Monday, the 29th, and I would love to have you for the Magnetic 8 Challenge. If you have any questions about anything we talked about today or the Magnetic 8 Challenge, feel free to leave them in the comments. But we're starting Monday. It's only $17. And at the end of the week, you're going to walk away with 3 really powerful things. Okay. Number one, you're going to know the 8 videos that you need to make so that YouTube understands your channel. Doesn't matter if it's an existing channel or a new channel. I actually did this on this channel, an existing channel for a new topic I wasn't known for. And within 60 days, I was showing up at the top of YouTube and Google search results for this topic, something that previously I had no online presence for. So that's how I know how well this can work and how fast it can work. Okay. So you're going to know those 8 video topics, the actual 8 videos you need to make in order to train the algorithm. The second thing is, in order to make sure that your channel grows as fast as possible, we're going to make it more memorable. Channels that people remember and don't forget about right after they watch a video are the ones they tell their friends about. So we're going to help you with that part as well. And then the third part, and I don't know anybody else that's doing this way, we are going to show you how to really understand who your viewer is on YouTube. So if you're a business owner like me, an entrepreneur, you've probably done exercises where you're like, oh yeah, my ideal client avatar is, or my ideal client is this person. They're, 30 to 40 or 40 to 50, and they're male or female, and they're this, and they're scared of this, and these are their pain points. Sometimes it's different on YouTube. Still the same person, but we're making YouTube videos for a slightly different part of them than you would target in your main business. So you're going to walk away with that understanding as well. Okay. So we'd love to have you inside of our Magnetic 8 YouTube challenge. You can go to this page, youtubeworkshop.info, get all of the information. Like I said, we start on Monday, and you can always comment here with any questions if you have them as well. All right. I'll be back at 6 p.m. Eastern today. That's New York time, to answer our next question in our top 10 frequently asked questions about YouTube growth for entrepreneurs. And that is, how do you grow subscribers without posting every day? Like, do you have to throw up shorts all week? Do you have to, what does it exactly take? So I'll be back for that. If you want to see all of the videos that I'm making this week answering these top 10 questions, here they are on the screen, but there's a link to this playlist. You can see the questions I've already answered, like how much time does YouTube really take each week? How long until you see results? All of those, you can find the link in the description of this video, along with the link to get your tickets for the Magnetic 8 Challenge coming up next week. Okay, so grab those in the description of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.